We are back with more Mountain Connections, and recently I spoke with Dr. Ish Major. He's a relationship advisor for the show Love After Lockup. He has some ideas on what we can do to help improve our relationships, especially right now when we're spending more time with one another. He also is going to tell us about this new show. Let's take a look.
Right now, we have the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Ish Major. He is the relationship advisor for WETV's show Love After Lockdown. Dr. Ish, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
So before we get into the advice that you have for many of us for relationships that is very needed right now, tell me a little bit about your role with the show.
So yeah, I'm the relationship advisor on the show, right? I do a couple other things for WeTV as well on Marriage Boot Camp on Mama June. And so for the Love After Lockup crew, I kind of serve as an advisor when things get a little off the rails, which, sad to say, sometimes that happens.
And tell me a little bit more about the format of the show.
So this is a show that follows couples as the ex-con is leaving prison, right? And they've been either pen pals or they've been dating while they've been inside, or they got to know each other while inside. And so when they leave, they're literally moving in together and they're starting their lives together. And this show traces the arc of that journey and what that looks like, and all of the shenanigans that ensue in between. And it's a lot.
And I feel like viewers can really probably draw a lot of parallels to the show Love After Lockup right now during this time.
Right, we can all relate, because in some way, shape, or form, we're all on lockdown. Whether it's a mental lockdown because we just know there's some stuff out there that we really can't control right now, whether it's a physical lockdown where we're just really not leaving our place as much as we used to, we can all relate to that stir craziness that goes along with it. So yeah, there's a lot of parallels these days.
And I understand you're willing to give us some relationship advice today, especially about a couple of things. But first off, how to meet people right now when we are so isolated?
How to what?
How to meet people. How can we get out there when we're socially isolated?
Yeah. Well, that's those avenues are going to be a little bit limited. So a lot of folks are doing it online, right? There's a lot of things that are jumping off, that are popping off online, and that's okay. It's just going to take a little bit more of it's a little bit more of a discovery process. You got to be a little more careful. Different rules to the game when you're meeting and getting to know folks online. When do you give them your personal info? When do you set that meeting, if at all, these days? And so the thing that you've got to keep in mind is, what is my risk tolerance, right? What am I willing to expose myself to, and why? And then what is their risk tolerance? If you find somebody who you feel like you're kind of matching up on that level, then you can have the real honest conversation. Hey, I know we probably shouldn't be doing this, but I've been safe. What about yourself? And then you can move forward from there. But it's a different level of intimate conversation, because you're honestly talking about each other's health before you get there and before you do the meet. So it's possible, but it's just at a little bit different pace now.
And we're living in a very divisive time right now. What can you do if your relationship is experiencing anxiety, especially around politics and other really very charged current events?
Yeah, well, you got to figure out what issues are your bedroom issues, right? What are your pocketbook issues, and how much does it mean to you, right? How big is the cultural thing on your radar, and how big a part of your life is it, to live in accordance with that? How big is the financial issue? What is your stance on COVID? Are you an anti-masker, or are you not? And what that really means to you, and do you honestly see yourself being with somebody who believes what they believe about this, knowing that there may be some other major issues in life that you guys disagree on as well. So everybody doesn't have to be equally yoked. A lot of times that, partners and, partnerships that have opposite values and opposite views, they work well because it keeps it sparkly, it keeps it shiny, it keeps the chemistry going. But on some of these issues that are directly coming home to our living room, you may want to have that conversation and then decide if that's an issue for you. You can't move forward.
Yeah, that's such a good point, because there's a lot of things we can tolerate in our relationships, but some things are deal breakers, and we really have to consider that.
Right. If that's a deal breaker for you, then you don't have to apologize. Hey, listen, you know what? I'm sorry. I just wear a mask wherever I go. I can't be around you if you're not, because I don't want to have a panic attack every 3 minutes when you're out with me. Right?
So very true. Well, Dr. Ish, where can we find out more about you and the show and everything you're involved in and get more excellent advice?
Yeah, so Love After Lockup is coming back October 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. So make sure you go to WeTV for that. You can follow all the updates on WeTV.com, and obviously you can get more information about me at my website, drishmajor.com. By all means, follow us all on Instagram and Twitter and live tweet with the show. It is a riot.
I can't wait to see it, and it's always an honor speaking with you, Dr. Ish. Thanks for taking time with us here at Park City Television.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.